Hey, Bacon. Here we go on your running assessment. I've always said it since day one that your running form is really, really good. You're really efficient at slower speeds and now faster speeds, which is kind of a stark contrast to a lot of other runners. So this is your first slower 200, and obviously you do a really good job of getting your heels up. You do a good job of keeping up a cadence. I like your arm carriage. You look relaxed. You're not bouncing up and down. So these aren't necessarily going to be critiques as much as more observations, I would say, as you're running. You go to slow mo right here. So one of the things I notice when I look at this is, I don't know, it could totally be the angle, or maybe it's just me looking at it. It looks like you're landing a little bit more on the outside of your right foot than your left foot. And this is going to relate to something I see a little bit later on in the video too. But that's just kind of something to keep an eye on. I'm not sure if you see that at all. But even above and beyond that, you're definitely a midfoot to a forefoot striker, which is really good. You've got a good knee bend. You land right underneath your center of gravity, um, which is probably part of the reason that you are so efficient. You're able to keep up the cadence, as you do your stuff. Um, One thing that I would say, and it's not a cause for concern right now, but I would just be careful of it, especially when you spend a lot of time in the aero bars. You'll be doing a lot of swimming coming up. Is be careful on that posture. You've got a little bit of a forward lean right now, and you're not leaning forward too much. If I could keep you on the freaking camera, but you just want to keep an eye on it and make sure that you don't get too hunched over. Otherwise, that's going to end up causing knee pain and some other problems as well. So you've already started your transition into your faster 200 here. Go back to full speed just for a second. Uh, yeah, so you're obviously hauling it right now. I have no idea what your time was for this faster 200, but yeah, you're cruising pretty well. And I get you in super slow mo coming up here after you go around this bend. We got some good shots. So, uh, what I notice when I look at this again to relate to what I said before is it looks like you are landing a little bit more on the outside of your right foot, and you've got more extension with your right leg when you push off than you do with your left leg. So usually if you're landing more on the outside of one foot, it means you might be a little bit tight in your glute, tight in your hamstring. And then if you're not extending as much on the other foot, it means that you're tight in your hip flexor. So I don't know if that's what you're feeling at all. Um, but it might indicate some right side glute tightness and hamstring tightness, and then possibly left side hip flexor tightness. But again, that's just me eyeballing it. Part of it could certainly be the angle of the camera. But again, here we're in super slow mo. Now, I mean, really above and beyond this is a position you never would have been in last year, and you can really see it when you get kind of more straight on with the camera here when you pass the net. Is just the extension that you're getting in both of your legs when you push off. I mean, that's basically ramp intervals right there, the work that you did and hill training and things like that. So if you look at any good runner's running stride, you're going to see that part where you're pushing off. And you've really got that good extension and that drive of the back leg while you've got that other knee up. So this is really a great angle coming around here as you're starting to finish out where you're just driving. You could easily pause the video too, so you could see that, but driving right there, planting, driving, planting, driving. I mean, that's speed right there. Uh, so kudos to you for putting that work in. Everything looks really great, and yeah, I have really nothing more to say. It just looks really good.